YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. I'm excited about today's video and for many reasons, mainly because it's a new gun, but also because we have it configured with a lot of new components that we've never used on this channel before. I'm talking about the new Silent Professional from Battle Arms Development. Now before we get started, I like to give you guys full disclosure on how I go about getting these products in for review. If you remember in earlier videos, I had mentioned that I'll be working with Battle Arms in some upcoming projects. This is one of those projects. They gave me this gun to run on the range, create content with, and review. It's mine to keep. Many of the other components were purchased at industry pricing or gifted to us. Thank you to Battle Arms and everyone else for supporting us so that we can create these videos. Okay, so moving on, let's break down some of the specs real quick because there are some really cool features to this rifle that I want to share with you. The Silent Professional is an SBR or pistol that is made on the Battle Arms Development PDW billet 7075 T6 lower receiver with vert PDW stock or brace. With how compact the setup is, it comes in at an overall length of 22 inches, which is just 5 inches shorter than an MP5 and is also about 1 pound lighter. On top of that, it comes with their new ambidextrous rack charging handle. If you haven't seen their videos on Instagram beating this thing up, make sure to check it out. Their charging handle can definitely take some serious abuse. The Silent Professional is also an ambidextrous platform featuring both safety selectors and mag releases on both sides. For this review, we outfitted the gun with some really cool stuff. The first being the LCO red dot optic from Leupold. This optic has a large field of view with really clear glass as expected from Leupold. The side mounted adjustment knob makes it easy to change illumination settings on the fly. We mounted it using the Unity Tactical Fast Riser as this makes it easier to aim down sight with such a compact setup. In addition to that, we added the Surefire Mini Scout to keep the profile extremely compact. This is mounted with the Bobro Engineering QD M-Lock mount. This mount is really sweet and I definitely recommend checking them out, especially if you're like me and switch across different light platforms frequently. The mount allows for you to angle your weapon light in various positions so that it will clear any type of aiming devices on the front of your rifle. Next, we have the LE321G from Holosun, which is a very robust IR light laser device. There will be more on this device in future videos, however, you'll understand later on in this video why we have it on this build. We also have the Railscales RSB, which is a solid aluminum foregrip with great ergonomics and a matching clean aesthetic. One thing to mention here, I attempted to purchase the RSB on their website, however, Railscales was out of stock. I contacted them and I let them know what we had going on. They were so kind as to send me their personal RSB they had at home to help out with this review. I just want to share that with you guys because I thought it was really nice of them and they definitely went above and beyond. Thanks guys, appreciate it. I also purchased the Aeronox Microstop as an index point and I felt like it just finished off the overall build nicely. Lastly, with a name like Silent Professional, you know it's going to come in 300 blackout and you know we are going to suppress it. For this video, we went with the Surefire SOCOM 300 SPS suppressor and I'm not going to lie, this thing was way more quiet than I thought it was going to be. Here are some sound comparisons between different 300 blackout ammunition. And yes, I understand that some of you guys are going to think with a microphone it will sound different than of what you would actually hear if physically present. But I can tell you, what you hear in this video was very similar, if not the same as what we heard on the range. It's freaking quiet. All right, this is going to be MagTech 115 grain. This is S&B 200 grain. This will be the Modern Arms International 220 grain.
Say what?
My buddy Tyler came out to shoot this review with me. You all may know him as Real the Film on Instagram. He and I ran about 500 rounds through the Silent Professional and only experienced issues with the 220 grain ammunition from Modern Arms International. And I'm pretty sure we figured out why while we were out on the range. If you look at the size comparison between the rounds, you can see that the Modern Arms ammo is slightly shorter, which I felt was causing the feeding issues when running the gun. Other than that, this thing was awesome to shoot. Tyler and I ran a variety of drills from target transitions to reloads and build drills. The Silent Professional was easy to manipulate, controls are well placed and very intuitive, like their ambidextrous bolt release making reloads even faster. Now, with a gun that is this clean in design and the name being Silent Professional, I figured we had to do some shooting in the dark. You all know that we have a variety of night vision content coming out. I have full dedicated videos coming soon on the gear and equipment that we use for night vision, so please hold off on the comments about that. But like I said, with a compact PDW like this and it being such a quiet shooter, we had to bring it out at night. That is where the LE321G from Holosun comes into play. With it being such a compact IR aiming device, it's a perfect match with the Silent Professional PDW. Now, I figured one of the best ways to show everyone how compact and how quiet this setup really is would be to run some drills from my truck. Because of the integrated stock and how compact the gun can really get, shooting from a seated position is very easy. While under night vision and shooting from inside a vehicle, the gun was both easy to manipulate and still very quiet. Now obviously, with how easy it is to manipulate while inside a vehicle, that's definitely going to translate to on a flat range while shooting on the move, transitioning on targets, even at night while using night vision. Now, with how quiet this configuration is, it honestly reminds me of the sound that a gas blowback airsoft gun makes. If you don't believe me, here's some comparison videos with my buddy Ryan from Evic. This is him shooting his gas blowback airsoft rifle inside his house, and then here's some footage of us shooting the actual Silent Professional 300 blackout inside of a warehouse. After everything we just showed you, I'm pretty sure you can agree that this truly is a great PDW setup. Now, there are a couple of things that I'm not a fan of. The first being the points of contact for your sling. I had to go with a top rail QD mount for the front due to how limited the rail space is, being such a short gun. In addition to that, the mounting point on the rear is on the inside of the toe of the stock. This sometimes allows the sling to kind of get sandwiched between the stock and my body when shouldering. That's just something I'm not a fan of. The other thing would be how the stock releases. The butt placement is a little difficult to get to. After some practice, it becomes manageable, but it would be nice to just be able to pull that stock straight out when deploying it. I do want to mention this though, from my experience with Battle Arms, they're a company that definitely listens to their customer base, and with that being said, I've already kind of heard that they might already be working on different methods of how the stock will deploy, as well as different QD mounting spots for the sling. Well guys, that is it for my review on the Silent Professional from Battle Arms Development. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are in the market for a compact PDW with the capabilities of a super quiet 300 blackout cartridge, then I think you need to look no further, as this setup kind of takes the cake. If you like what you saw, please give us a thumbs up down below, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we post new videos every week. If you want to support our content, please check out the Patreon link down below. Members of our Patreon squad get first access to new content, special discounts, contests, and even giveaways. They're a big reason why we can continue to create the content for everybody, and we appreciate their support. Thanks again, guys, and as always, I will see you in the next video.
Action. Forgot what I was doing. Sorry. God damn it.
Now, with how quiet this configure